What's up, everybody? Danny's here, and we are back at it again with another video. But before we get into it, make sure to check out all the links in the description below. So, I got a comment that one person was saying is that not all of the Nintendo Switch games can be faster on the Nintendo Switch 2. So, as I can tell, I did get this comment on one of my recent videos, though. So, let's talk about it, though. So here's the thing, though. Nintendo does have a lot of games that can play on the Switch 2, but some of them will not be able to work on the Switch 2. Like Switch games that may not work on the Switch 2. Like some of them may not be faster on the Switch 2, like the Switch 1 games I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So, for example, if you want to play Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch 1, the Switch 2, if you have like the original game, you can play it on the Switch 2, but it may not be a lot faster because the Nintendo Switch 2 edition would be a little faster because the Switch 1 Breath of the Wild on the Switch 1, if you play on the Switch 2, it could be a lot slower, but if you play on the Switch 2, it can be a lot faster if you have the Switch 2 edition. I'm actually getting the Switch 2 though, so I will get the Switch 2 pretty soon though, because I don't know when I'll get the Switch 2 though. Because I'm so sure that a lot of people like to play Switch games on the Switch 2, but some of them may not be faster. I know some of them will be, like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and we also have Pokemon Legends ZA, and Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Now, there are other games that may not be faster on the Switch 2. Like Minecraft, do you guys remember Minecraft has lots of major problems? Used to be, but now, if you have the Switch 1 version of Minecraft, you can just play it on the Switch 2. It may work faster, though. Minecraft on the Switch 2 is going to change everything. Kind of like Fortnite, though. Fortnite is on the Switch, but there is one on the Switch 2 as well, though. I have a feeling I might play Fortnite on the Switch 2 if I get one then. So then eventually, as I could tell, Switch versions do work on the Switch 2, but the Switch 1 can be a little slower. So I think the Switch 2 can be a little faster, which I guess makes sense though. And I kind of see why people like to play Switch games on the Switch 2, because it's a lot faster, and the Switch 2 can be an easy console to handle, but I know how hard the Switch 1 can get though to play some Switch games, because it can be a little slower than you'd think. Which makes a lot of sense, though. And there's a lot to learn about the Switch 2. Like, what the Switch 2 can do versus the Switch 1, as I can tell. Now, here's the thing. Speaking of retro gaming, I know you can play retro games on the Nintendo Switch 2. And I know the Nintendo Switch 1 can do the same thing, but except the Switch 1 doesn't do GameCube. The Switch 2 only does GameCube, probably, though. And I kind of see why Nintendo is doing that, though, but I'm literally gonna say that. But when you play GameCube games on the Switch 2, it can be a lot faster than you think. The graphics and the gameplay can be a lot faster on any Switch games and Switch 2 games, but it's also true somehow. It's also true. But I think the Nintendo Switch 2, if Nintendo releases like either a Nintendo Switch 2 Lite or a Nintendo Switch 2 OLED, the Nintendo Switch 2 OLED can be a lot faster than you think if Nintendo announced it. But right now they have to begin focusing on the Switch 2, because I know Nintendo is supporting on the Switch 1. The Switch 1's not getting discontinued still, though. It's just still a Switch 1, but basically I'm still gonna get the Switch 2. Like, I don't know when, but it'll be later this year, but I don't know yet. But I'll keep you guys posted somehow though. So, thanks for the comment that gave me the idea to make this video. So, I hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you do, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment and share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to this channel. Make sure to hit that bell notification every time you get notified when I post a video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!